at Robert's place, these rats would get in the walls, run up and on the ceiling. They just have a dance up there every night. And I'd lay there with my gun on my chest and try and go to sleep and listen to those rats that were running all over. And then the coyotes would come. And they circled the house. And they was yip, 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 and all around. Because I had my head right by the window, and I turned up and I looked out the window, and I saw a yellow coyote. Must have been a dog or something in there. They was all circled around the house. I guess they like to eat the rats. All I can figure.
I don't remember enough of the story. Do you want to tell it on camera or not? The sad story about what made you, I'm trying to remember. The animal you hurt.
Oh, I've hurt lots of animals.
One that changed your perspective. I don't remember the story right now, but you may not want to tell it on film.
I'm trying to think what you're referring to.
I'll think about it more.
I castrated a little stud horse, and I was really sorry I even tried that. But I was successful. But the poor animal suffered terrible. I've shot lots and lots of dogs. Tried to get ready to shoot some for him, but that wasn't his cup of tea. Shot cats too. Oh, I could have told him the story about you burying Mike's dog.
I was just gonna say, are you talking about me laughing when Mike's dog died? Because I don't like dogs, and so his dog died, and I was teasing him, and I was glad his dog was dead. So Dad got mad at me and told me I had to bury the dog's own grave, and so he makes me go out there behind the garage to start digging a hole, but the dirt was as hard as could be. And I'm hitting the shovel on the ground, and it's just boinging back. But he made me carry the dog out there, and rigor mortis had already set in. So the dog's like this, and I'm trying to put it in a little hole, like shoving it in and everything. And I think you finally came out and helped me.
Yeah, I did. I come out and it jumped on his leg to get it in the hole.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Mike, you might not want to hear that story.
I think he's heard the story before.
I used to butcher pigs too, pigs and cows. I had an old International pickup, 4-wheel drive pickup. I built a crane on it and a winch. It was the truck that we came from California in when Mike was the baby, and I would get the animal. Once I shot the animal, then I'd drive the truck up and string it up by the hind legs and go to work on it with the knife, and pretty soon we had some steaks. But the trouble with that was that these girls and this wife saw the animal I was killing, and once I got it on the table, they wouldn't eat any. Oh, I'm not eating that animal.
It's funny because I eat it now, don't I, Carrie? In fact, that's what I cook first before the store-bought stuff.
Well,
I do remember helping you cut up your deer meat one time, and I put the plastic bags, the bread bags, on my hands because I didn't want to touch the meat. And I remember gagging as I was cutting meat.
Deer is very gamey,
Yes, I don't like deer meat. To this day, I still don't like deer meat.
especially if it's been feeding on sagebrush.
Yeah. But I'll eat the other stuff.
Well, what I did was I'd leave it hanging in the ramp until it was at least 2 weeks, until it was kind of soft, and then I'd strip all the meat off, bring it in, and trim the fat off, throw the fat away, and make these really thin steaks, and I'd put them on the top, the top rack in the oven, right next to the flame, salt and pepper it, and I had these little fillets, deer fillet, and you cook it there. And once that was cooked, then you take it out and stack them in a. I had a plastic gallon jug, and I'd stack the jug full of these deer fillet, and when I'd go to work the next morning, my sandwich would be a deer fillet and wheat bread.
I actually remember eating liver and onions with you, and I loved it.
Oh yeah.
But today you won't get me to eat liver and onions.
I haven't had any of that since those days. Oh, let's see. We did have some in St. George. There was a place down St. George where you could go and in Spain too. We ate liver and onions in Spain, in Madrid. Yeah.
I don't, but you did.
Yeah, you don't know what she was missing. All the good stuff was in the liver. The best gun I ever had, firearm, was a .22 automatic pistol, and it was the one that I purchased before I got married. I went to Mexico with it. I had that one sitting in my seat by me, and I just had a cloth on top of it and a cookie on top of the cloth or something like that. But if anybody'd give me any problem, I would give them a problem. But then we got married, and reality hit, and I needed money for different things, and I didn't have it because I wasn't making enough money, and so I pawned the pistol and my wife's wedding ring. Yeah. And she never saw her wedding ring back. I had to buy a different ring later in life, and I never got my pistol back. I wanted the pistol. I went back with the money to get the pistol, and said, "No, you're too late." And they sold my pistol. Yeah, so that was a sad story there. Because that pistol was so accurate. Didn't jump, didn't move, no nothing. It
Carrie and I have
had
been
like
down
10
that road
shots in
before.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Carrie
it.
and I have been down that road before where you have to sell what you got to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I
it
sold
happens.
my promise ring from the other boyfriend
Oh,
to
yeah.
get diapers for Sheena.
Remember first married, yep.
Oh, that was a good sale though.
Yeah, it was a good sale. Got diapers and formula is what I did. Oh, and then our wedding presents. We had a lot of duplicate wedding
We had a
presents,
lot
a
of
bajillion presents. And back then, I would return them for, as we ran out of formula and diapers, I would return the wedding presents for formula and diapers.
Yeah. You do what you gotta do to make ends meet.
Yep.
So what advice would you have for your grandchildren and great-grandchildren out of lessons you've learned in your life?
Well, the most important one is keep the commandments, live a good life, obey the laws, do not get divorced, and do not go to jail. And if you can handle that much, there's no reason why you can't be a success.
What if your marriage is bad?
Yeah, that's what I mean. If the marriage is bad and you take no divorce, you have to sometimes do it.
Well, I'm not saying that some divorces are not deserved, but this willy-nilly jump in and jump out stuff is for amateurs. Okay, you're just asking for trouble and headaches if you're in and out of a divorce. Every time you get divorced, she says, "Okay, I get half. Now sell everything you got and give me half," or whatever. Yes, you don't get out of a divorce for nothing. I mean, it's going to cost you.
That's financial advice, not religious advice.
Right.
Yeah, but see, they intertwine. Because it's true that all good people aren't necessarily religious, but it's also true that religion goes a long ways, because it'll take you farther than just living a good life will. There's benefits there.
So what,
You can believe what you want to believe, but that's my philosophy, because I'm no different.
okay, I'm gonna stop this and